here. Oh. And a good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from America's Georgia Peach Belt Conference women's soccer action coming at you here under the lights at Hurricane Field. USC Aiken, University of South Carolina. Aiken taking on Georgia Southwestern State University and Lady Hurricanes. Glad you could join us here tonight on our YouTube station, GSW Athletics, as you probably heard me talk about just a moment ago, the hub of the Surge Sports Network. So we are off and running. Peach Belt Conference action, both teams looking in search of their first conference win of the season. So unless we battle to a 110-minute draw, one of these two teams is going home with their first conference victory of the season. So I think both teams obviously know what's at stake. Both teams want to put that one in the W column. And maybe a little bit more so than usual, they're amped up for this one because on paper anyway, we'll see how it plays out. But on paper, of course, these two teams are very evenly matched. So this is one I'm sure both sides have circled on their schedule as a great opportunity to pick up a nice conference victory. So we'll see if it plays out that way as we're just underway from Hurricane Field. Oh, a quick score! And Aiken comes out firing. USC Aiken takes an immediate lead. We're not even 2 minutes in, and that looks like it was a goal for number 13. Willa Olson will double check on the live stats, which again I'll get to in just a moment. But boom, just like that, the visiting Pacers have decided to take the early lead, and they attack and are on top. Quick score, quick strike for the Pacers. USC Aiken goal scored by number 13, Willa Olson. So for Olsen, we didn't even get that far into things. Olsen is the leading scorer of the Pacers this season. She had that being her 5th goal of 2018. She's got an assist to go with it. So 5 goals, a team leading stat for Willa Olsen, who just punched in that one and quickly put the Pacers out in front. You know, it's kind of one of those things as I talk off the cuff here a little bit, but I'd be curious to see. There's just been that kind of season, that misfortune for the Lady Hurricanes. Its opponents have scored lightning fast or right at the end to deliver the dagger, and there's kicked away. And this just plays out again. Another quick strike that just comes back to put the Lady Canes in a hole they just weren't ready and expecting to be in this early against USC Aiken tonight. So just we'll go back. We don't have Stats Inc. to look it up for us, but we'll have to check the stats on that. The first 5 minutes of the match and the last 5 minutes of the match just seem to be the Achilles heel for these two, for the Lady Hurricanes this season. Well, we'll get into your starting 11 and all that for both teams here in just a moment. I mentioned both teams are searching for their first Peach Belt Conference win. If we look at the overall records, those are fairly even as well. GSW is 2-12 overall, 2-12, 0-8 in Peach Belt play. USC Aiken is 2-10, 2-10 overall, and 0-7 in conference action. Perhaps if you're just tuning in and didn't hear the rundown and the introduction of the ladies this evening, well, I'll take this moment to quick run it down for you. Let's meet the starting 11 for head coach Hillary George. Lady Hurricanes try to get on the move. Long kick. It's up in the air. Off the crossbar. Follow up by Hawkins. Oh, Lady Hurricanes with a great shot. A nice kick off the boot of, I believe, Mendonca. Just off the mitt and the crossbar on that attack. And look out, offside's going to be whistled, however, on the Pacers. Offsides infraction on USC Aiken saves away that potential breakaway opportunity. Starting 11 for the Pacers looks a little something like this. A senior number 4, Amanda Giordano. 5'6" sophomore goalkeeper tonight is number 25, Tashiana Kwiatkowski. 5'4" sophomore number 13, Willa Olsen, scored that first goal. 5'4" sophomore number 14 is Madison Friedman. 5'1" freshman number 15, Alyssa Broad. 5'5" sophomore number 16, Gressa Olsen. Redshirt sophomore 5'7" in height, number 18, Summer Riccardi. A 5'4" redshirt senior number 19, Monica Armendariz. Off the foul, here's the kick. Headed away by the Pacers. 5'7" sophomore number 20 is Lauren Lasley. 5'8" junior number 23, Amanda Raleigh. And a 5'7" freshman number, a 5'6" senior, one line down. 5'6" senior number 27, Caitlin Armstrong. That's a look at the starting 11 for the visiting squad. The Pacers clad in navy blue from head to toe tonight. Little maroon accent, part of their color package. Georgia Southwestern in their home white Adidas kits. Gold sleeves, navy shorts. Little chance here. Another, she can get first to the ball. No, booted away. Throw in coming for the Lady Hurricanes. There's the throw in. He'll get it just inside the 18. Ball bouncing around. Throw in coming up for the Pacers. Starting 11 for Georgia Southwestern. Freshman goalkeeper from Alpharetta, Georgia is number 1, Hannah Marone. As we'll watch the action here first. Joining Marone on the pitch this evening, a 5'1" junior from Hiram, Georgia, number 4, Michelle Gustafson. 5'1" freshman from Sewanee, Georgia, number 5, Elisa Barr. Battling down, kicked out. Corner kick coming up for the visiting Pacers. 5'6" senior from Columbus, Georgia's number 6, Rachel Cochran. 5'3" senior from Americus, right here in Americus, number 9, Ella Hawkins. A 5'3" sophomore from Marietta, Georgia, number 11, Layla Ahmed. 5'9" junior from Susansville, California, number 12, Brenna Mendonca. 5'5" freshman from Sao Paulo, Brazil, number 15, Eduarda Gisti. Freshman from Warner Robins, Georgia's number 16, Jasmine Westbrook. 5'11" freshman from Jacksonville, Florida, number 17, Ashlyn Baker. Another corner headed up again and kicked out. We'll try it one more time. Third corner kick. Still one more to go, and that's the 5'8" junior from Leesburg, Georgia, number 26, Josie Nix. This time they'll keep it low, bring it into the corner of the 18. Left-footed shot, up. Ooh, right there, back. Just inside the far post, and a little flick. I can't tell from our vantage point, but it looked like it might have been on the outside of the foot, and she just kind of flicked it in like she was hitting a hacky sack, if you guys know what that is, but just kind of flicked it off to the side of the foot and into the goal. Made it look pretty easy, and USC Aiken quickly on top, 2-0 in this one, 36-29, the official time on the game clock. So we'll sync up our clock with the scoreboard clock here in just a moment, but you got an idea of where we're at anyway in the contest. 2 quick strikes from USC Aiken and the Pacers. GSW needs to answer. This one's going to curl, but not enough. It hits the netting on the backside as it wraps around the goal. And it'll be a goal kick for USC Aiken. Kick is up. Ooh, tried to get her on her backside so she could kind of let that ball come in and spin around, but not happening. Long kick up the line. Josie Nix there to boot it out for the Lady Canes, and will give the Pacers a chance for the throw-in. Marone's going to have to come up and wait just for it to cross the line in time so that she could scoop it up. Don't forget, fans, a live stats broadcast is available as well for tonight's matchup. So if you're a person who likes to have those numbers in front of you and follow along your favorite player or your favorite team, just open up another browser or window in your browser, and then you can have the stream going on one side and the live stats on the other to track the action. That live stats link is available through our website, gswcanes.com, gswcanes.com. If you're on a mobile device, there'll be a top calendar in the top right corner. Click on it and then scroll to today's match and click on the live stats link. If you're on a desktop, you just got to scroll down to our Canes scoreboard, and you'll see an active and live score update where you'll have the link for the live stats as well. You can also find those links on the Peach Belt Conference website as well as the USC Aiken Athletics webpage as well, and the women's soccer schedule. Well, we're glad we're able to bring you tonight's broadcast on our video stream. There was no video option available for the men's match, which was actually the first match tonight. Hurricanes put up one heck of a defensive fight against the number 10 team in the country, the Lander Bearcats. But finally, they would bend, and eventually break with about 26 minutes to go in the match. Lander finally got through for the first score, and that would be the only score of the match. The GSW men fall to the 10th-ranked Bearcats from Lander University. 1-0 the final score in that one, but there was heavy rains that blew through here from about 4 until halftime of the men's match, and we were unable to broadcast that game. We had live stats, but no video because our equipment is basically just under a roof with no walls, so got to protect that camera equipment so that we can continue to bring you Hurricane Athletics on YouTube and the Surge Sports Network. But the rain has stopped. A little breeze has moved in, and it's actually a very cool evening here in America. It's very fall-like. It was in the 80s earlier today. Hard to believe when you're sitting here watching highlights from the Midwest and you're seeing blizzards and snow, and you look down at your phone and check the weather, and it's 84 here, so we'll take it. Temperatures dipping closer to the low 70s now as we're underway for the women's match. And again, a good breeze, cool evening breeze blowing in. Looks like we'll have our first substitution of the match. Number 8 is checking in for USC Aiken. Checking into the match for USC Aiken is number 8, Lauren Sigmund. So as we told you about the starting 11, we'll just take a little moment to introduce you to some of the top performers for the Hurricanes in various categories. First on the offensive side in just a moment. We'll catch up with Ella Hawkins, number 9. We'll see if Hawkins can add to her team lead here on this exchange as we wait to see how this plays out. Down to the corner, quickly back to Barr. Barr turns. Left-footed kick is deflected out by the defense. So we'll do let's go ahead now with the ball going out, and we'll just pop up, give you a closer look. There she is, Ella Hawkins, leading the Lady Hurricanes with 4 goals this season. She's logged now. With tonight's matchup, she should go over 1,000 minutes already for the year. She's averaging 1.7 shots per game. It's not the team lead, but she's up there for the team lead in goals. And we'll lean on her to maybe see if the Lady Canes can get back in this one against the Pacers, down 2 scores. So, of course, on the offensive side for GSW, keep an eye on number 9, as we just introduced you to Ella. She's going to need some help. Left-footed kick, another score. This one by number 13 as well, her second of the match, another score. That was a rocket that stayed right on top of the grass and burned in, and Willa Olsen has her second goal of the match, her 6th overall of the season. USC Aiken goal scored by number 13, Willa Olsen. Marone didn't even have a chance to react. That one got to her so quickly. Fairly close, but she couldn't see it until it was too late, and it had sizzled right past her. A hard shot from Olsen makes it a 3-goal advantage now for the Pacers. Cross coming in, and there's Marone. In fact, speaking of Marone, we'll pull her up next, and you'll give her a chance to see the freshman goalkeeper, how her freshman campaign has been. And she's had to face a lot of shots this season, as we'll tell you more about later. But Hannah Marone, go ahead. There she is. Freshman from Alpharetta, she's allowing over 4 goals a game, has had to make 64 saves, and she's approaching 1,000 minutes. She'll get to closer to just over 900 today if she plays the whole match. The freshman Marone has a .615 save percentage. Well, foul whistled on the Pacers.
Brenna, be ready to follow. Be ready to follow, Brenna. Do that, put it on frame. Follow Alisa, follow Leila.
All right, ball is down, wall is up. Here's the kick from the Lady Canes. Over the top, one hop, and deflected out of bounds. We'll give the Lady Hurricanes a corner kick. So we'll send it down to the far end of the field. Who we got? I believe that's Justy taking the corner.
Make it happen right now. Leila, that ball bounce is yours. No hesitation.
Hand is up, kick is away. It's a little short to the middle of the box, headed up, bouncing around. Second header attempt, the flick, no good. Save made by the keeper for USC Aiken. So Tashiana Kwiatkowski is the goalkeeper tonight. This is her 5th start of the season. She has 405 minutes between the pipes so far. Goals against average is 3.5. She's had to make 42 of the team's 82 saves this season at a better clip than her cohort. She's .724 save percentage, 724 save percentage for the visiting goalkeeper tonight, Tashiana Kwiatkowski. Substitution for USC Aiken. Let's see, got a ponytail covering it up. We'll see 17 is the one coming in. Bailey Payne. Checking into the match for USC Aiken is number 17, Bailey Payne. Ball bouncing around, kicked back towards the sideline. Pacers will stop it from going out. Moves around one defender. Now the kick in. Somehow bounces through. Left-footed shot is deflected. Here comes the follow. Another deflection. Higher kick this time. Too far left. And a goal kick coming up for Georgia Southwestern. Whistle blown, and Marone will get the kick away here in just a moment. I mentioned on paper that this looked like it would be a fairly even matchup. You look at the records, it's been all USC Aiken here in the early going. But we will take a look at the matchup of the stat comparison between the two schools here at the next possible opportunity. We won't block your screen with on the corner kick, but we'll compare the stats for the two teams coming into play here in just a moment. After the kick is delivered and the ball's kind of put through, we catch a little quiet moment. USC Aiken looking to add to their lead as we approach 23.5 minutes to go in the first half. High kick up towards the top of the 18. Header is going to go over the top, and that will, in fact, give us a good chance to compare the stats coming in for these two schools here this afternoon, or this evening, rather. As you can see, the biggest difference, GSW, the Lady Canes giving up an extra goal per game. Shots are even. Shot percentage fairly even. Shots on goal, both just over 500. Corner kicks, of course, a little bit higher on the Pacers side, and GSW has been forced to make a ton more saves as the keepers have stayed busy back there. That's the most glaring difference in the stats, but across the board on the other numbers, fairly even coming in. Again, the Lady Hurricanes are allowing that extra one goal per match, and I guess that would be a pretty substantial difference too. They came out a little flat. Aiken came out with some good life, some good energy, and the Pacers have a 3-0 lead here on the road, early going, midway through the first half. Oh, good ball. Gonna have some space. Can she settle it down? Left-footed kick deflected. Marone. Then it gets her opponent sliding in. Actually knocked it out, and it'll be a goal kick for the Lady Hurricanes. That was Olsen again that tried to get a boot on it right in front of Marone. Low line drive. Oh no, off the rebound, breakaway shot, left-footed goal, inside. Might have clipped the right post, but it bounced in nonetheless, and you could just see that was coming. Once that low line drive was deflected back, a good piece of work by the Pacers to push it back to the middle, and then the breakaway. And she almost got dragged down in the box anyway for the PK, but kept her feet, kept fighting, and put it in. 4-0, the score in this one.
goal kicks, please. That's the only thing that I need. Thank you.
Lady Hurricanes will make their first substitution of the evening. Couple of subs coming in, I believe. Nope, just one. We'll announce her for the crowd and for you. Georgia Southwestern substitution checking into the match for the Lady Hurricanes is number 28, Shyla Stoops. Stoops, a freshman from Marietta, to George Walton High School. And Shyla comes in to gobble up a few minutes here. 20 plus on the clock yet until the break.
Put Jasmine on that player. Quicker. It's out. Watch your ball.
Oh no, I haven't decided. Well, between Cochran's legs, but nobody behind her to pick up that heads-up shot. She kind of flicked it with her heel back behind between Rachel's legs. Well, we're not going to announce this one, but there's five different players coming on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for USC Aiken. So multiple substitutions for the Pacers. Looks like 20's coming out, 16's coming out, 13's coming out. Let's see if there's any. Should be at least one more lady. She may have put her pink penny on already. Under 16 to go until halftime. Shots right now at this point in the match, 9-5 in favor of USC Aiken. They've put 7 on goal, 4 have gone in. Georgia Southwestern has 2 shots on goal. This one will be off the chest, and a goal kick coming up for USC Aiken, along with a substitution, number 22, coming into the match. Number 22, Kennedy Smith from Augusta, Georgia, sophomore, checking in. Checking in for USC Aiken, number 22, Kennedy Smith. Corner kicks, 4 corner kicks so far for the visiting Pacers, 1 for GSW. 2 offsides for USC Aiken, 1 for GSW. Fouls, 4 for Aiken, 1 for the Lady Hurricanes.
Second ball. No, Alisa. No. Drop. Second ball. Behind. Drop, Alisa. Second ball. Step up wide. All 4 of you marking 1 player.
Kick through. Nobody there on the other side. Unfortunately, the turn. Oh, nice defensive block. Bounces up. Could she get a shot off left foot? Trying to get around. Curls to the keeper. Nice play. Save made. You see the ball at the foot of Michelle Gustafson, number 4. We'll pull up her stats here in just a moment. Why is that important? Well, she leads the team in minutes played this season. Michelle has been an anchor for the defensive line. So on the defensive side, I mentioned Michelle Gustafson. She does have a goal, even though being a defender for the Lady Canes. Hiram, Georgia, over 1,200 and now over 1,300 minutes of playing time this season. She leads the Lady Hurricanes this fall. Again, the junior, also the GSW Women's Scholar Athlete of the Year last year. So she's killing it in the classroom, and also, ooh, tough collision. Nix had to eat that run in. Nothing the Pacer player really could do to get out of the way. It was almost like drawing a charge in basketball. Nix takes a tough hit, but she goes down and she's back up, pops up, and is ready to play. Nix moving into this to your screen now. Number 26, I believe. Just when I think I know the numbers. Yep, 26. Throw in coming. USC Aiken off the chest and out. Possession will go back to the Lady Hurricanes. Under 12 to go. Coming up. A pretty nice flick there over her head, trying to find her teammate on the outside. Hawkins with the header. But Aiken wins the scrum, comes away with it. Gets it back into their offensive half. Just missed her foot. Hawkins with the speed, tries to leave it back, not realizing there was a defender there to run down the ball. And what we have, GSW throw in. There's a pacer waiting to check into the match. 26 coming up at the next opportunity for USC Aiken.
Donkey, take your shoulder. Always between Johnson and Ashley. Beat it.
26, Alyssa, if I get that right, Weissel coming in. She waits patiently for her team to get possession. Looks like that's going to be it right there. Substitution for USC Aiken. Checking in is number 26, Alyssa Weissel. USC Aiken on a 5-game losing skid. They are 0-5 on the road this season. Both of their wins have come at home. Their last victory, Erskine, perhaps? It looks like that is going to be it. And that was October 3rd, midweek game. October 3rd, USC Aiken's last victory.
Give us a chance. Take on ball, Leila. Take on ball, Josie. Irina, Lisa. Where's the ball now?
With 5 minutes to go, we'll just go to that camera, and you can do the, yeah. You go at 5. You go at 5. Mm-mm. Foul whistle. Lady Canes will drop back and try to set up for something here. 6.5 to go until halftime. Appreciate you tuning in to Georgia Southwestern State University Women's Soccer Peach Belt Conference matchup with USC Aiken tonight on the Surge Sports Network. Ball bounces past everybody at first. Hits the second line of defense, and now it'll get kicked away. Throw in coming for USC Aiken.
Face it now. Face it now. Tight, Rachel. Tight. Alisa, support. Double anywhere. Thank you, Ram.
Ooh, you okay? No, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. You okay? Okay. You're okay though. Okay. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about it. We're okay. Sorry about that. Tight quarters here. Ugh. Cameras and cords everywhere. You are doing all right, Gabrielle? We're good. Gabrielle on our main cam, hanging in there. We'll bring you the final 5.5 before we go to halftime. We just had one of the ladies head down. Get ready to get our Two Dukes Chipping Challenge ready tonight. Couldn't do anything during the men's game, but I think we've got enough folks around that we'll let them tee it up and see if they can stick one closest to the flag stick and win some Two Dukes barbecue tonight. Only in America can you get yourself some Two Dukes barbecue. About a block away from campus. Here's on the march. Stole it from Cochran. This shot, I think she might have had a little more time to get approach. The shot a little bit longer, farther out, and the line drive pretty much right at Marone. She didn't have to do much except for wait for it to come down. So the Lady Canes avoid trouble on that exchange. Fall sports season coming to a close. Hard to believe the Georgia Southwestern women's cross country team. They got 14th out of 19 teams today at the Bobcat Invitational in Milledgeville. A race that actually was won by Florida State. They were about the only big, not uncommon for D1s and D2s to cross over at these meets, but this was, I believe they were the only D1 school at that contest. But Florida State, the Seminoles winning today on the women's side anyway. GSW finishes ahead of one Peach Belt Conference opponent amongst the 4 other schools. 14th and 19. But point being that their only race left on the cross-country side is the Peach Belt Conference Championship. So they have one meet left, the Conference Championship. Soccer only has 2 dates left on their calendar, and we'll run those dates through to you later, but it's 2 home matches, and they're both this week. So it's hard to believe in a week it's all over, and we move into the take it inside and get ready to hit the hardwood. Exhibition season in basketball. Men's basketball will actually be highlighted by a trip to Starkville, Mississippi. Mississippi State, SEC opponent for Coach Ben Hicks and the boys. That's the first Sunday in November, so coming up quickly. A nice trip down there or over there. We'll hop in the bus, go with them, and get a little bit of SEC exhibition treatment anyway. I know they tame it down a little bit in the exhibition season as well, but a nice opportunity for our men's basketball program. The women host LaGrange, so they'll have a home match beginning in November, a home game rather. I'm still in soccer mode. Scrimmage coming up against Reinhardt as well. The men have West Georgia also on their exhibition portion of their schedule, just a scrimmage, in addition to Mississippi State. But it's about that time. We move it in, take it indoors. Still have to play here yet tonight, but we're coming up on 1 minute away from the halftime break in our Two Dukes Barbecue Chippin' Challenge. Thanks for tuning in. We'll run a few commercials for you during the break. Nothing big. A little PBC plug. 1 minute remaining in the first half. 1 minute. NCAA Division II promo, and then we'll just mute the sound. We unfortunately got to turn the volume off so that YouTube doesn't get mad at us and breaking any copyright infractions on our broadcast. We don't want to get it flagged, so we will hit the mute button and just kind of leave it here. You'll, again, have a couple of audio commercials, and then when you come back to the action, it'll be quiet until kickoff, so don't be alarmed when you turn it back. But set your alarm, set your timer. It'll be 15 minutes on the clock for the break before we return for the second half of action. It's been all USC Aiken in the opening 45 minutes. You can see on your screen 4-0. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And that'll do it for the first half of action, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go far because we've got the ever-popular Two Dukes Barbecue Chipping Challenge coming your way. And anyone and everyone who's here has an opportunity to participate. We'll tell you more about it in just a moment. So with that being said, the 15 minutes has been put up on the clock. We will crank it up here momentarily. Come on back, tuning in. Join us for the second half of action. 4-0 the score after 45 minutes. The visiting Pacers with the lead. You are watching Georgia Southwestern State University Women's Soccer on the Surge Sports Network.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive to achieve every goal we aim for because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Opportunity to me means doing the things that will make you a better future. I always dreamed of graduating from college. So being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed was paying off. Having an athletic scholarship for the University of Mount Olive was key for my success. I had the opportunity to not only get an education, but be able to develop as an individual.
Well, let's do this again, huh?
Through. Go ahead. Go ahead. Support Michelle. China, support Michelle. Right now. Next time, hey, when you run it inside of it, not outside. Don't try to beat it on the outside. Go ahead. Complete the next time. All the way central, Michelle. Ella, already here. Slide right now, in between them. Yep. Go ahead, Ella! Go ahead! Go wide, keep it pounding. Shala, be ready. Stop, Duda. You need to be high, Duda. Find them. Good, Alisa, with Leila.
Well, if you saw that exchange, you saw how close the Lady Canes were to their first goal of the evening. Wow. Good part on the Pacers' defense to run it down and not give up on it. That ball from Hawkins just needed a half of extra mile per hour to get to that line. As you saw the keeper come up, ball deflects, Hawkins flicks it, empty net, but the defender tracks the ball down before it can cross the line, and the Lady Canes remain scoreless despite that effort there from Ella Hawkins, looking for her 5th goal of the season.
Central. Support it. Watch your back. Rachel. Final brain up. Yep. I'm for it. Handle it. Referee, come on. Ready, do that.
Take a look at those first half stats for you really quick. Actually, those stats now will be adjusted based on the start of the second half here. 11 shots, 11-6, the shot differential in the first half. USC Aiken put 8 on goal. 4, of course, went in. 4 were saved. 8 shots on goal, 3 shots on goal for the Lady Hurricanes. Lady Hurricanes with the 4 saves, 1 more than USC Aiken was forced to make in the opening 45. Corner kicks, 4-1 in favor of USC Aiken. Offsides, 3 were even at 3 apiece. Fouls, USC Aiken was whistled for 5. Georgia Southwestern, 2. A quick peek at your first half statistics. Second half now again underway. We're just almost 5 minutes in to the final 45.
Shoulder, Rachel. Tight, Ashley. Reina, give us a hand over there, Bob. No, Reina. For Rachel. If we win possession, you go forward. Watch it through, Michi. Good. Why, Shana? It's okay. It's okay. Watch it, Shana, Michelle.
A couple of options on that one. She had their charging teammate on the potential cross, and then enough of an angle on it that Marone did have to actually stop it from going into goal. That would be on number 20, off the boot of number 20 for the Pacers. And was that Olsen again she was trying to find? Yep, I think so. Bouncing around, trying to turn, can't do it, cleared away momentarily by USC Aiken. Another corner kick coming up for GSW. Hand is up, kick is away. This one dips maybe a little quicker than expected before it got to the front line. Turns, ball bouncing around and scooped up by keeper for the Pacers. Kwiatkowski on that one for USC Aiken. Trying to cross it into Hawkins. Two Pacers there waiting, however. Goal kick coming up. Well, take a look at the Peach Belt Conference standings at our next opportunity coming into play tonight. We'll break down where we're at there, as again, both of these teams in search of win number 1 in the conference portion of the schedule. For somebody, it'll be their 3rd win overall, most likely. Looking like the Pacers, if they can hold on to this 4-goal advantage. Couple of the usual suspects up at the top of the regular season standings board. High kick, Marone waits and makes the catch. Tries to flick it up. It'll be Hawkins and Shyla. Defenders down. Stoops has a shot. Left-footed kick right to the keeper, and she'll hold on to it and make the play. Hawkins and the defender stumble and go down together, leaving Stoops by herself. She might have another shot if she can get something off the left foot. He'll have to bring it back. Aiken on the counter. Here they'll come down the field. They got to get through a couple of walls. This one, ooh, good thing. Cochran, rather, is able to deflect that one. Cleared away by Westbrook. Ooh, hard collision there. No whistle. Hawkins gets it, spins. She's got around one. Can she get it off the left foot? The shot to the left of the pipe. Take a look at the Peach Belt Conference standings at this time for you as they wait to get their goal kick off. You can see Columbus State up on top, undefeated overall in Peach Belt play, an 11-0-1. They've got the draw. We got win, draw, loss in the middle. Left columns are overall. Right 3 columns, of course, conference play. You can take that off real quick as the Hurricanes turn. Hawkins trying to break free. We'll revisit the standings board in just a moment when we have a chance to go down farther. We didn't want to miss anything, any of the action there on the Lady Canes exchange. Now it's the Pacers that are looking to move. Gustafson there to get it back to a teammate in the middle near midfield. Substitution, that's a good chance for us to pop it back over. Columbus State 8-0 in conference play. Again, the far 3 columns are your Peach Belt specific standings, and then overall on the left side. Columbus State, North Georgia Flagler, followed by Lander, UNC Pembroke, and Georgia College. Final 5 are Young Harris, Clayton State, Francis Marion, USC Aiken, and GSW. Columbus State undefeated. North Georgia behind them with a 6-1-1 mark in Peach Belt play. Flagler also sitting at 6-1-1, and Lander at 4-2-1. The top 4, Pembroke right behind at 4-3. That's who GSW played earlier this week. So there's a look at your Peach Belt Conference standings coming into play today. Top 8 teams make it to the Peach Belt Conference tournament. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Clayton State with their 2-5-1 record is who the likes of Francis Marion and USC Aiken have to have their, and GSW for that matter, have to have their sights on moving forward. And for the Hurricanes, They only have this match and Saturday's match left in Peach Belt action, so they wouldn't have caught Clayton State anyway. Knocked down by Marone. Just remember that's, yeah, no, it's not set up well. It's good. It's good. Just want you to remember. Remember it's there when you leave. No, that's... No. It was bound to happen. Aiken on the far side, looking to get the cross in. They're going to bring it in. Quick turn, quick kick away. Boot it out of harm's way. The Lady Canes will get it back to midfield, but possession of the Pacers. Down to the corner they go. Turn, rolling cross down the middle. Got to get it out of there. Lady Canes will clear it temporarily out to the side. Kick by number 4 is going to roll right of the pipe. And a goal kick for Marone and the Lady Hurricanes.
Right there, Brenna. Right there. Itchy. Slide, Elisa. Do that. Thank you. You ready, Layla? Hey, space. Quicker. Good, Maddie. Wide. Run out.
Got an outside shot, plenty of time to line it up, and a beautiful kick and another goal. That's number 27. She was just waiting to tee that one up. The throw, I mean, patience, and her timing on the kick is exquisite, and another goal for the Pacers. That one's set up well. This goal will be scored by number 27. Let's go find where she's at here. Caitlin Armstrong, there you go. Good assist by the Pacers as well on that goal as well. We'll get that off the live stats. USC Aiken goal scored by number 27, Caitlin Armstrong. $5-0 the score. So let's see here. For 27, Armstrong's first goal of the season. She's on the board. So the first goal, again, we'll double check that to make sure it's right before we send it off. But we're showing Willa Olson with the first goal, Amanda Raleigh with the second, Olson with the third, Willa Olson, that is. And then Cressa Olson for the fourth goal, Caitlin Armstrong now with the fifth score. And again, that's her first goal of the season. 28:45, the time on the scoreboard clock. Well, the folks that were here made the most of it. We had it was supposed to be our Canes Cornhole, third annual Canes Cornhole Championship, and that got washed out as it got cooler and wetter around here as the rain settled in. Supposed to start before the men's match at 5. On the breakaway, here's Aiken, back to the middle. Got a little behind her intended target. The follow-up shot headed away. Back up in the air. Bouncing around. And it'll ultimately be Gustafson that's able to kick it away. So the Canes Cornhole Championship gets rained out. The men's game is actually a thriller, despite the fact that there weren't as many folks to watch it due to the weather and the wind and rain that swept through, at least through the first half of the men's game, and it was soggy from then on. And then we had the Mr. and Miss GSW crowning between games here this evening. And of course, those poor folks were under tents, dodging raindrops in their nice suits and dresses, waiting to get on board and waiting for their time to take to the field and be announced. Here come the Lady Canes. Defender, though, too much speed, gets on top of her before Mendonca can make a move and finish off that attempt. So not ideal. Mother Nature not providing ideal conditions. Still even a little bit soggy out there for the women's match, but at least it's cool and fall-like. Injured player down for the Lady Hurricanes. And they will, in fact, call the athletic training staff on, I believe. Shannon Gibson down there, waiting to officially be whistled on. They will, in fact, stop the clock now with 26-16. The match time, a substitution made by the Pacers. Number 16 coming out. Play will resume. Players off. Injured player being checked on off the field for the Lady Hurricanes. Hopefully she'll be okay. Subs have been made by both teams and play resumes. Clock winding down. So USC Aiken has 2 matches remaining on their 2018 regular season schedule. They're home against Clayton State. That's an important one. If they're going to make their move and somehow get themselves into the postseason tournament, basically got to win out. And that would start with a match against Clayton State, the team they're trying to leapfrog to get into the tournament. So an important match for USC Aiken coming up on Wednesday the 24th. And they'll follow that up with the Senior Day ceremony on this Saturday, and the Georgia College Bobcats coming to town to take on USC Aiken. So 2 home matches to close out their 2018 season. Again, Wednesday's Clayton State. Saturday is Georgia College making the trek to Aiken, South Carolina. A couple of wins might get them in. That Georgia College match could be the deciding one, but of course first the Pacers would have to get past Clayton State on Wednesday. Georgia Southwestern, and then they also have 2 matches, a midweek match against Albany State and a Saturday home match against Lander. So those are their 2 final matches of the 2018 season. We'll put that graphic up for you again later. A little dribbling around, back to the middle, header there. Flag is up. So GSW did get to play 4 of their final 5 matches here in Americus. This is match number 2 of that streak. Again, the final two coming up Wednesday and Saturday. Welcome to our new subscribers. We picked up 1 or 2 today during our broadcast. Thank you. And we hope you're enjoying this feed on the Surge Sports Network YouTube channel, our GSW Athletics, the hub of the Surge Sports Network. bringing you tonight's action. And our subscribers now, again, if they so choose, can be notified of whenever we go live. So you don't have to set the timer. You don't have to set your watch. You don't have to set your iPhone. You don't have to set anything. You just wait, choose to be notified, and when we go live, you get that notification that we are now broadcasting and now on the air, and you won't miss any of the action. So off the free kick, up in the air, bounced up off the keeper's gloves and over the crossbar. Corner kick coming up for Georgia Southwestern. And that, of course, goes for all of our home broadcasts. I mentioned earlier, men's and women's soccer, men's and women's basketball coming up. Baseball, softball, and a little tennis even thrown in the spring as well. So lots of chances to watch the action here in Americus. 22:33, the time left. Hands up, kicks away. This one a little in front of the goal. Near post, closer to the near post than anything. And kicked away. Oh, no. Gets around the keeper, open goal, and can't find the angle. Tough play. Had to closing window to get that through, but misplay by the Hurricanes defense almost opened the door for another score.
Emergency wide! Emergency! Let's go! En la centro, point the ball.
Well, this is a Georgia Southwestern program that's coming off of a 0-win season. Lady Hurricanes have improved to get 2 so far in 2018. So they have seen at least that improvement in the win column from a year ago. And they've got a good chance of getting number 3. Or at least about as good a chance as you'll have. This one's through. This one's through. Will Seven get there? She doesn't. Gets it past Marone and up into the top left corner. Shot in by number 7. Collision there in front of the goal. Contact made first with the ball, and a goal in for USC Aiken. Their 6th of the match. This, I believe, was number 7, if I'm not mistaken, that scored. USC Aiken goal scored by number 7, Nicole Hayes. Hayes, a freshman from Elk Rapids, Michigan. So was that her first? We'll take a look at the stats there. It was. So if the Hayes family is watching, just got to see her get her first collegiate goal, making it a 6-goal advantage here for the visiting Pacers. Kind of a rough angle from our camera shot. You probably got more of her back, but a little something you can go back and pull off our feed when it is archived and put back online. But I mentioned this is a GSW team earlier. I mentioned winless last year. They have 2 wins this season. They will try to get win number 3 on Wednesday. I mentioned it if it's an opportunity to at least think maybe. Albany State, 1-9-1, the record for the Golden Rams. I think their 2nd year of existence as a program. Another breakaway. This one deflected off of the Lady Canes. Will they get the corner, or will they say it went back off of her? Oh, they're checking on the injured player. Quickly calling it out. Time, I believe, will be stopped at 18:13. And unfortunately, I can hear her screaming or crying anyway as far as pain goes. So hopefully something she'll be able to get up under her own power. And not much hesitation to quickly call out the training staff, so we'll see how that goes. I guess at this time while they're checking on the injured player, I mentioned earlier 2 games left. We'll just pull up the graphic really quick for you as they both teams will come to the sidelines really quick. Georgia Southwestern, 2 home games. I mentioned Albany State on Wednesday, and then senior night comes against Lander. It's not only their season finale, but of course then their Peach Belt Conference finale as well. That'll be Saturday, senior night. The women will play at 5 that evening, and the men will be the 7:30 game on Saturday night, and that'll wrap up the season for both teams. So Albany State, Lander, of the 2 at least, you would think that just the way the season has gone, of course, that it would be Albany State, the more gettable game, if you will. Lander is 9-2-1, 4-2-1 in the Peach Belt, heading into play tonight. Albany State, again, their 2nd year as a program as they merge with Darton State College. They play over on that side of town now in Albany. 2nd year, they had a great, when it was Darton, great junior college program. Then they merged 2 Albany schools coming together. The Golden Rams add women's soccer, and they, in fact, a member of the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. There is some relevancy here. They will be joining the Peach Belt in just women's soccer. So they will be a Peach Belt Conference member starting next season. So get used to hearing Albany State, even those of you in USC Aiken country. Albany State joining women's soccer as a member in just women's soccer. They are a Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference member in all other sports. But they'll be Peach Belt PBC players next year. And you'll notice on their schedule, if you look, they faced a good bit of their new opponents, or to-be opponents: Georgia College, Clayton State, Francis Marion. They've got GSW now. So a number of Peach Belt Conference schools were on their slate this year already. 1-9-1 overall for the Golden Rams when they come in here. Do they have a match tonight? Let's see. They did not, so this was it. So they're 1-9-1 when they come in on Wednesday. The only maybe iffy side of it is their win and their draw both were on the road. So who knows what'll happen how it'll play out on Wednesday rather. But a chance for the Lady Canes to maybe get win number 3, which would match their total from 2 years ago. So they went 3-0 and now 2 this season. So the injured player has come back off the field. Great to see. Checking on her, and hopefully she will be okay as she's walking very gingerly behind the net on their defensive end of the field. Well, our defensive end of the field. Marone has the ball down. The clock will start here in just a moment as she puts it into play. When she puts it into play, 18-13 the time. Whistle blown. And here we go.
Hannah, let's go, eh? Let's go, Hannah. Double, Michi. Keep moving your feet, Duda. Duda, keep moving your feet. You need to support. Duda, find the ball now. Find the ball. Take the ball. Go ahead. Don't say Sala. Alisa, choking. Yeah, just keep going halfway there. Don't get, look at the channel, Michelle. Swing it. Easy, what do you see? Lula, get involved! Lula, get involved, girls, come on! Brenna, you okay?
.15.5 to go. So a little rattle and clanging there, the headset. And getting all our post-match wrap-up, cleanup plans finalized. Looks like USC Aiken is going to make a change between the pipes when they have a opportunity to do so. A new goalkeeper coming on for the Pacers. We'll play the final 15 minutes or so, depending on when she can get in. Bounces through.
Keep going over here, Tyler, keep going over here. Keep going. Find it now, find it. Be ready, son.
And in fact, it will be that substitution now. She'll have 14 minutes in between the pipes. Goalkeeping change for USC Aiken. Number 00 checks into the match. Miss McKenzie. Say Kude. And I'm sorry for the family if I got that one a little bit wrong, but we'll get her in there. So a goalkeeping change, number 00. Actually, the team leader in minutes between her and Miss Kwiatkowski. McKenzie has 680 minutes. She's made 8 starts. This is her 10th match she's played in. 20 saves, allowed 2.64 goals against. 37 saves at a clip of .649. She does have 2 shutouts, and now will get credit for teaming with Kwiatkowski for potentially a 3rd team shutout if they can hold off the Lady Hurricanes for 13 more minutes. GSW's had a couple of opportunities in the second half, a couple of close calls, forced Kwiatkowski to make some plays, which she did, but GSW has shown the flashes, or shown flashes of the ability to hit a quick strike possibly, and let's see if they can shake off a shutout here down the stretch. Checking in for USC Aiken now will be number 24. Let's see who. Brittany Arellano, sorry. USC Aiken substitution number 24, Brittany Arellano. Arellano, Chandler, Arizona, the home for the junior. Another substitution for USC Aiken. 1 by 1, those new bodies coming in to close this one out. And this will be number 10. Now I got to double check. I know Mr. Hager would know the answer to this question, but I believe 10 is actually Tashiana Kwiatkowski when not the keeper. So I believe she is just coming into play now, but if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. My apologies. And the USC Aiken faithful will wag their finger at the screen. But I think we got that right. And, again, kind of getting some opportunities for some minutes here for the Pacers down the stretch, comfortably ahead 6-0. Well, we won't have much of a post-match wrap-up on this one. We can tell you that Aiken scored. Start some of that wrap-up now. 4 first-half goals. Excuse me. 4 first-half goals, and now a pair here in the second 45. I'm going to hit the water jug here real quick. Oh, tinfoil blowing around. Winds have picked up. 4 goals again in the first half for USC Aiken. And the first one of the group coming quickly. They took a lead. Took a lead in the 2nd minute of the match. And that was the pace set by the Pacers. They added a goal 7 minutes later to go up 2-0. Again, the box at the moment showing Amanda Raleigh off an assist from Madison Friedman. Gressa Olsen got the assist to Willa Olsen on the first goal. 3rd goal of the match scored in just at the end of the 15th minute. So 15 minutes in, and it was 3-0 already in favor of USC Aiken. That one, another goal for Willa Olsen. This one was assisted by Gressa Olsen again. So they team up. And then it's very nice of them. They flip through the ladies tonight. Under 8 to go. And the Pacers up 7-0. Well, shot deflected out. Corner kick. Well, the not so good stat of the night if you're a Lady Hurricanes fan. The interesting stat of the night if you are a USC Aiken fan, or at least the interesting observation. Tonight, USC Aiken, 7 goals. Coming into tonight, through 12 matches, 10 goals. So they've almost reached their season total in one night, and it's been a rough night for the Lady Hurricanes. But a chance to regroup and try to get win number 3 for Coach Rodriguez on Wednesday night. Again, the last 2 matches here are also at home, so see if GSW can take advantage of the home cooking in one of these last 2 matches of the 2018 season. Under 6 minutes to go. Ooh, that one off the left post. Follow-up attempt, bouncing back to Marone. 2 minutes to go, under 2. Sounds of the game as you're listening in. Final ticks of the clock on this one. Seconds to go with the win. USC Aiken. Overall record will improve to 3-10 and 1-7 in Peach Belt Conference play. Georgia Southwestern now 2-13 overall and 0-9 in Peach Belt play. 1 minute remaining in the match. 1 minute. Thank you for spending a little bit of your Saturday evening with us. We hope you'll tune in again Wednesday night. And again, don't forget, one last pitch, one last chance. Click on that red subscribe button and become a part of our Surge Sports Network, the hub of which is right here on this YouTube channel, GSW Athletics. GSW Athletics, the YouTube account and the home of the Surge Sports Network. 20 seconds to go. Again, welcome to our new subscribers. Thanks for getting on board with us, and we hope you'll enjoy watching some GSW action. 9 seconds, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That'll do it for tonight's contest. USC Aiken is victorious, and the Lady Hurricanes will regroup and come back Wednesday night. 2 home matches left, and they're both coming up this week. Last chances to catch GSW soccer. And the women are home on Wednesday against Albany State. So just down the road, Albany State making a short trip to Americus. Non-conference matchup again. That is this Wednesday, 7 o'clock, your start time. We'll come on back and watch the Lady Canes take on the Golden Rams Wednesday night. And then the finale is senior night, and that is 1 week from tonight, next Saturday. 5 o'clock, the women play. 7:30, the men play. Again, that's this coming Saturday. So Wednesday, Saturday, that's it. That's all we've got left for soccer in 2018. We hope you can come back and join us for both of those contests. Wherever you may be traveling this evening, folks, we hope you get there safely, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Well, that was it. Quick wrap. Let's do this for you on the Surge Sports Network to bring it all to a close. Wait for our computer to quick load up here. Final game stats for you. And see if we can bring it all together. And I would not be shocked if it doesn't. Oh, it did cooperate. There we go. 7-0 the final score, 4 in the first half, 3 in the second. That's how Aiken got their 7. I broke down the plays in the final couple minutes for you on how it came to be. But again, that was it. Pacers improving their record, getting their 3rd win of the year overall. They're 1-0, excuse me, that's wrong on the live stats. They are, I just said it a minute ago anyway, but we'll do it one more time. 3-10, 1-7. GSW 2-13, 0-9. That's how you break it down. Stats look a little something like this. Obviously going to favor the Pacers. 26-15, the shot differential. Shots on goal. Pacers 16. Lady Canes 8. 16-8 in that category. Saves 8 for USC Aiken was forced to make 8 saves. Marone and company stopped 9 for the Hurricanes. 6 corners. 6-3, the corner kick tally in favor of USC Aiken. Offsides even at 3 apiece, and the fouls doubled up for USC Aiken. They had 6, and the Lady Hurricanes were only whistled 3 times tonight against the Pacers. Marone did stop 7, a couple of team goals to count for their 9. Kwiatkowski had 8. The team stopped a couple for her to preserve the shutout, and that will be it. Kwiatkowski played 76-19 before making way for Mackenzie Kude I hope I said that right, but she paid the final 13-41 to make it our 90-minute tally. That's it for tonight. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you spending a little bit of your Saturday with us. You have been watching Georgia Southwestern State University Women's Soccer right here on the Surge Sports Network.